Here's something really interesting. So I have a lot of people come and they've got self-worth, self-esteem issues, some people who present really, really well. And I think that's a common thread with most people, to be honest with you, that I find that most people feel they're not enough, which is actually an illusion. Another big kind of thing I have with a lot of people, with clients, is that they have a perception of relationships with certain people, like mom, dad, sisters, brothers, partners, kids. And really, it's evident to me that a lot of these people in their life are not really treating them very fair. They're just not. But in the illusion of that client, that person, they see something different because of their beliefs, their perception of that person. It's very hard to change someone's perception, but it can be done. So one of the first things I do really is break down the illusion of certain relationships when they're very, very toxic to that person. And I do that by getting them to see the truth. And if you want to know the truth about someone, people pay a lot of lip service. I've heard it most of my life, and probably so have you. But if you want to know someone's real intention, look at what they do over a period of time, and that tells you most of what you need to know. So those people who are right for you and love you and there for you will show up, not by lip service, by being present in those moments of despair and those moments of happiness and those more moments all through your life. They're going to be there, they're going to show up. And you get to know who's who and what's what over time, don't you? That's the truth. Sometimes a long time. But to let go of the illusion is really important of how we perceive people. And that can be quite sad initially, kind of when you have in a relationship with, I don't know, one of your family members or so, or you expect, you have an expectation that they should act in a certain way, and they don't. And when you let go of the illusion and you see it for what it is, there's normally a sadness that kind of happens within us. But once that's cleared, you see people for who they really are, which is really interesting. And so that's kind of the first port of call, really, to kind of let go of the illusion of what you think people really are and see them for who they truly are. I had a friend who's got a great saying. He says, the elimination of waste is the secret to health. And sometimes that doesn't mean just nutritionally, that means people. The elimination of waste, because a lot of these people around us can be very, very toxic, although you don't see it at the time, because they can be quite manipulative or tell you a story that you really want to believe. But when you stand back, often you see it for what it is, and their arguments or their perceptions are very, very easy to take apart. So once you drop the illusion of how you see people and you see them for who they are, there's a sadness, but after that there's clarity. And with clarity, you can start to build a life with those people that really count. And you don't need 1 million people, you need 1 or 2 people who will travel with you. At best, perhaps, for the rest of your life. People change, that's the thing, people change, but there are 1 or 2 constants, I guess, really, that we'll all have one way or another, and they, over time, you find out who they are. And that kind of links with really forgiveness as well, because forgiveness doesn't mean there, it's okay. Forgiveness is that letting go of that toxicity. So when someone presents all of their stuff and pushes it onto you, you're so-and-so, you did this, da-da-da-da, that's just their opinion at the end of the day. Is it worth salt? 55,000 people in a room all looking at you, and every single one of them will have a different opinion. Who cares? The one that really matters is yours, what you know, the truth about you. And that's all that matters between you and God, or you and your God, whatever way you want to term, whatever term you want to use. So forgiveness is about giving back all that toxicity, someone else's perception, someone else's belief, based on their perception, on their past, on their upbringing, on their filters, which everybody has. Everybody has a certain filter for which they see life. I remember listening to a lecture from a doctor who said there were two people in an audience, and he was talking about cancer and nutrition. So he gave this lecture, at the end of it a woman came up to him and said, "Thanks very much, doctor. Really good to know that what I'm doing nutritionally has a bearing on the outcome of this cancer that she had." And then a man came over a bit later on and said, "Thanks very much for the lecture, doctor. It's good to know that nutrition has no bearing on any outcome with cancer." So why is that? Why two people in the audience, both hearing the same lecture and both heard different things? Why? Because people have filters. They hear what they need to hear based on their perception and their beliefs. So in the end, that kind of understanding of human nature, that's compassion. Compassion is a deep understanding of human nature. People do what they do because of where they are. If they knew better, they do better. Does it make it right? No. But it's not your problem. Forgiveness is about giving it back to them if it's not serving you. I'm not saying don't take the lesson, because there'll be a lesson in there. And most times the lesson isn't about self-love, self-care, and thinking yourself as worthy, as enough, because you are. Every single person here listening to this will be enough. Don't let anybody detract from your light. People will try. Don't let them. Let them figure it out for themselves. Don't carry that weight. You've enough problems in life to sort yourself out. Never mind trying to sort anybody else out. Let them do what they need to do. Say what they need to say. Get on with it. The right people will show up. The thing is, most times we're so busy looking in one direction that it should come from a certain person who you've helped, in the past, and you think, well, why haven't they helped me? But listen, I'll tell you what will happen. You may not come from those people, but it will come in a way that's right for you. That's the truth. The things that you need will come to you in the right way for you, not always from those people that you expect it to. So let go of that expectation. Let go of the illusion and see what's left. So anyway, I just kind of wanted to mention that because I had someone today very distressed, really, about something that was said to them from a family member. And I just thought, well, that's not quite fair. And really, to let go of the illusion is the first port of call. Detach, let it go, take the lesson. And most likely the lesson is about your own self-worth, your own self-love. Look after yourself, nurture yourself as best you can. Anyway, life's short, take it with a pinch of salt as best you can. Listen folks, thanks very much. See you later. My name's Stuart, by the way, Birmingham Holistic Health Centre. So you can come and have a look at us. We do lots of different therapies. Yeah, it's not a promote. I just wanted to speak and maybe bring this to someone's attention who it might help. Anyway, thanks very much folks. Bye.